intro. That seems excessive. All right. Here we are. Beautiful Monday night. Welcome. Welcome to us and
Carnage.
our our carnage that we exceptionally do on eBay. Blues and I were talking before we started, and we're like, all right, so previous week, is it? I think
Something
week
like
and a half
that.
ago. I'm not really sure. Time just kind of exists. We went through and we were doing small sense specific flying eagles. So I'm like, hey, what do you want to tear up today? And Blue says, well, two centers. And what I did is I grabbed my book and I go, oh, you mean this two center?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that two center. I'm like, yeah, you bet. So one thing that I'll talk about just for a little bit is so there are a number of references, and they're literally called the authoritative reference on, and there is how many? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 of them currently in my collection. They're all written by Kevin Flynn. But I've got one on two centers. I've got one on the commemorative coins. I've got one on Eisenhower dollars, Barber half dollars, Barber quarters, and Barber dimes. These are great references. Most of them are. What's the copyright dates on these? Do you know?
The what?
The copyright dates? Oh, 2011. So some of them are fairly newer, but they are great references. Anytime that you're looking at a specific denomination, type, series, anything like that, so that you can really get at some of the details on what you're looking for, what varieties exist. A prime example is on the Eisenhower dollar. There is a doubled die that is notated in there, and it's actually master hub doubling, which means that it's going to be on bunches of coins, because it's on a main hub instead of just a single working die. That it's the double die is isolated to. So when it's double hubbed, you're going to get it on many more because it's going to be on every single die that was created with that hub. Looks like we got David Carlisle in the mix. Welcome, good sir. Yeah. What's up? Dave's not here, man.
Kind of just feel like the riffraff is just starting to join us.
Well, I mean, you're here, so. So for the 2 cents, some initial things that we will be looking for is that there is a difference between a small model and a large model. And really the easiest way to tell on that particular one is just the style of letters. So one of the biggest things that I'll show this is, like, if you look at the G specifically between the small model and the large, you can tell the difference between the two. So this is small, this is large. The large model is something that you're going to find pretty consistently. And if you find the small model, even if it's just, you can see the letter G in God, then you'll be able to tell a small model versus a large model on these coins, even with most of the rest of the coin being worn down or in lower grade. The small models are pretty pricey when they are identified. I don't remember the exact price on the large and small, but it's a considerable difference between the two. And if you can cherry pick a small motto, just by some of the letters, yeah, that's a good time. That is a good time. So what we're going to do is that we are going to go through and look for some of these. Some of the ones that I enjoy looking for is the 1864. The reason why I look for the 1864 is because that is one of them that actually has a clash. Specifically, it has a off-denomination clash. So it is actually one of the like multi-denominational clashes, very similar to the 1857 Flying Eagles, but this particular one is the 2 cent, and it is the so it's the reverse of the 1864 2 cent and the obverse of an 1864 Indian head. And so it's generally something that you're going to see in better condition. However, there are some factors that you can look at and try to find it. So something I pay attention to is the die cracks. So there's going to be a die crack that goes right across the base from underneath the T in cent. Yes. That goes across and goes up underneath the E in cent. The second one is that you will actually see the outline that goes from the top of the 2 right here and the nose and then goes down to the S in cent. That is the nose of the Indian obverse right there. So if you can find those are also really cool. If you can find some of those varieties just based off of what they look like. So I will be looking at the 1864. That's the one that I prefer to go to. What are you looking for tonight?
Oh, I'm just going to do just 2 cent coins and just go through the list and see what's there.
Okay.
So one thing that we like to do is when we're doing these searches, I like to put it under newly listed and buy it now. So that will bring up all the new listings that are right now. And hopefully you beat the other collectors to it.
Yeah.
CJ was talking about the authority reference catalogs by Kevin Flynn, and between his library and my library, we're pretty close of owning the complete library. So
I don't know how many books that that Flynn actually wrote. But I'm gonna plug this book a little bit more. These can be picked up for about $10 to $15. Usually under 20 if you can score a good deal. You can pick these books up for not a lot of money, and they're great references, even if they are technically a little bit older. I mean, we're talking 13 years, 14 years, but still, like, the big thing is that if you have a good general knowledge of what varieties do exist, what overdates, what repunch dates, that kind of stuff on the 2 centers, you will be able to pick stuff out, just like what I was doing on the Flying Eagles on the last show is that you'd be able to just see it. That's a good looking one. So I could tell from this one, large motto. I think there's, what's the year? Is there a year specific for the large and small motto?
I believe it's 64 only, isn't it?
I don't remember. I thought it was 2, but I didn't. I don't remember if there was something else.
Yeah, I want to say it was just 1964 only.
Oh, 1864. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
the other thing I'm looking for is
I said 19.
Yeah, you said 19. It's cool. Is I'll be looking for the large and small motto. So I'm looking at both high grade and low grade 1864s. A lot of things that you will see is doubling on this center piece right here. You'll find repunched dates on the date, and the general wear of the coin is really designated by these horizontal and these vertical lines on the shield. These horizontal lines that will generally get you most of your wear first. Beyond we is basically your first wear point on the obverse of this coin. So
See, I think I just found my first winner.
Did you? Dude, we've been doing this for 11 minutes.
Yep. Now I got to break out the book and look.
You're not supposed to find one first. That's not how this works. I got a little bit
exactly how it works.
I don't feel like that it is. I feel like that's it's kind of jaded. I'm just saying.
You're falling behind the times.
Wait, slow down. I've got little legs.
Wow.
Oh, he is really gone tonight.
Wow.
Wow. So you can see this one, they're claiming it's a small motto. The text for trust, it looks about right for a small motto, but you can see in the price, it puts up pretty heavily into the high hundreds and low 200s for. So here's another thing. If you're going to take pictures for eBay, take them with something better than a 1982 digital camera. Please do them in focus and turn them right side up, please.
Yeah.
Please. I myself and all other coin collectors beg of you, please.
So the nice thing about it is when you're uploading these photos on eBay, you could get into the eBay picture thing and you could turn them. So
it's pretty hard.
Don't be too lazy.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
don't be that guy.
Oh, oof.
That's rough.
You know what oof means.
Yeah. That means that coin has seen better days. So this example right here is one of the examples that I was talking about, is that we will disappear, and then you'll start having wear across the horizontal lines. you'll start to see some weakness in the design. But in terms of like your weird on points, your first one is we, and then the horizontal right here. Ooh, what is that? Okay, interesting. It's got full details, good rim, solid letters, no beveling.
Has he got that one marked right?
See, I'm looking for the any of the die cracks right here. I don't see any, and this would show. I love the color though. The color is on this one is fantastic. This is a great looking one. Nice color stripes. Woody going through this thing. Yeah, blues. Look at that one.
Let me see the other side. Let me see the letters.
Large motto. Looking for repunch date. I'm not seeing anything there.
I just looked at it wrong, I guess. And I went, wait, what?
I like the color. The color is nice. You can see the tin. David says, for God's sake, don't let Frank see it. No. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Frank would.
There's a lot of truth to that statement.
See, this D, though, that almost makes me think that this is a large. He gets a Woody for Woody. Let's try this one. What do we got on this one? Yeah, this is a good looking coin too. Large motto, full lines. There's Nick there. I wish the picture was in a little bit more detail. There we go. Because then you could see any repunching on the date. Looks good there. I don't know why you would do. Looking for any lines, die cracks. That's a good looking coin. Lots of detail. I like it. Although I'm not totally sold on the finish. It could just be just the picture quality, but it's got this like high reflective gloss on it, and I don't know. I'm not really liking that too much. But lots of detail. It's a great looking coin. Price reflects that for sure. Here we go. Single picture. The picture is just terrible, and I can't tell anything at all from it.
Hope everyone had a good week.
Hope everybody had a good Easter weekend, because this is coming off of Easter weekend.
Oh, that was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You do anything special for dinner?
I did not. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
So, kind of. I slept. So some of these coins I'm just going through pretty fast. This is kind of what I'm saying. Large mono, we is getting weak. which means that I also have weakness in these horizontal lines. If there is any doubling on some of these coins, you're going to see it around the arrowheads here. The other thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for repunched on the date, because it will stand out pretty significantly. I'm always paying attention to any weird lines between the top edge of that 2 and down to the essence cents, for that denominational clash.
Oh. This listing of individuals holding a 2x2, kind of like right above, even with his, I guess, belly button. He's taking a picture.
Can you see his feet in the background?
and the coin is out of focus, but his feet are not.
Oh, cool. Oh, no. Another thing that you will often see on some of the 2 centers is when you have these large letters that are going around close to the rim, you'll see die breaks and cracks that will go along the letters and through the letters, and you'll see some really interesting die breaks. Nothing there. Nothing there. It's kind of worn. So, worn. Oh, that's really worn. That's sad. Saying a large mono, which would be correct. No doubling up here. No doubling right there. Any repunch? No repunch.
Ooh.
On the back. No die cracks. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
This guy took a picture of Ray coin, and it's really reflective.
Yeah, I was looking at one that was really reflective. It was almost like a polish, and I'm like, I don't like the look of this. This looks weird.
Yeah.
Something about this is just weird.
And when it looks weird, you start really examining what it is.
Yeah, when you're like, this has been altered. Like, this has been cleaned. This is like, it's really all kinds of different things that make you question the authenticity or the condition. Because, I mean, one of the biggest reasons why we look for the coins the way that we do is because, one, to add them to our collection, but also, like, if you can find and cherry pick these coins and then turn them for a profit, it's not a bad way to make some extra money on the side. But
well,
I'm lazy, and they just end up being part of my collection.
I was just going to say, I mean, that's the idea when we cherry pick, is to overall sell it, make a little money, put that money towards your personal collection stuff, your profits from it. But then we buy these coins and we get them, or like, that's kind of cool. I think I'm going to keep that.
Often. Like, way too often.
Well, often is turning into always.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh, I'm going to turn a profit on this and I'm going to make $50. Oh, I like it. I got the
So
coin. I got the coin in hand. It's a lot better than I thought it was.
yeah, you're not wrong.
Hey, if I block somebody on eBay, that means all of that individual's listings I don't see.
No, it means that they you can't contact them and they can't contact you. So this particular coin, I was looking at this because there's some extra metal or something inside right here, and then I see some right up in here too. And what I think this is this may be an indication of a clash that wasn't all the way cleaned out. So that's why I was looking between the two to see, because I think it's actually, sorry, I think it's actually, is it this? No, it's the other way around. It's one of these. That's right here. I don't really know. That's kind of weird. Because I see it. I see some lines up in here too, and there shouldn't be any lines up there. That's an interesting one. Let's keep looking. Let's see. Like, one of the other things that I look for in all of this early coinage is if it's got denticles, I'm looking in the denticles. I don't know why that I get so stuck on looking in the denticles. I think it's just because with the early coinage and the way that they tested punches for mint marks and for dates, because the dates were punched individually. I always look in the denticles to see if I can find any date numerals in the denticles, because those are also cool to find.
Yeah, and I've gone through 6 pages already, and I've only seen 3 coins with denticles on it.
You don't have um, you don't have a price filter or anything on it, do you?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, I wonder all these coins are train wrecks.
Because you probably have something like under $10.
No, I just keep looking at the same coins from one of our favorite sellers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you know his coins are train wrecks.
Yeah, they leave much to be desired. They're not specific train wrecks. There's just a lot of opportunity.
The coin has seen lots of opportunity.
The coin has been through a lot of opportunity.
We talk about this guy all the time, but he's actually one of our favorite people we like to cherry pick.
I can't tell if this is damage or if this is double punched. Repunched. Sorry, not double punched. Repunched. That 1 and the 8. Let me consult the oracle. Consult the oracle. would be
Okay,
the
I
top.
gotta take that filter off because that's looking at these coins is making me sad.
So there is one that looks like this. So I'm looking for a complete D, which is right over here. So a complete or broken D for the 2 cents is going to be on the back, and it's going to be united. And what it's talking about is the top of it right here. Let's see, do I have examples of... yeah. So using the D of United for diagnostics right there, which is why these references are so cool. So complete D has the, there we go, has the top. You have a partial D, which is missing the top serif right there. And then you have an incomplete, well, I'm sorry. It's got kind of like an outline of it. And then you have the incomplete, which is missing it completely. But otherwise, a complete D will have that top serif on the D of United. So this coin right here is a complete D, which aligns with the one that I'm looking at.
I started giggling halfway through your conversation because I caught myself watching a video of a guy petting a crow. I'm like, and I was hypnotized by this whole thing. I got squirreled, is what happened. Focus on coins.
Okay, obverse. So obverse, I've got die clashing seen on the left side of the shield, and in between and in the field between the shield and leaves. Like this die clash mark right here, and this die clash mark right here. Oh, dude, I found one. Small die crack from banner above G of God into rim. Could be this one right here. What else we got? Small die crack from banner above the first T in trust. I don't really see one over there. Let's see. On the reverse, complete D. Check. Die clash marks in the field northwest of the Sea of Sense. Sea of Sense. This one's kind of messed up. I don't think I'm going to see those die clash marks. Die crack through the top of ITED. I don't really see anything there. Possibly right in here, but I'm not really seeing it. Die crack, small die crack from rim through the top of TA of states to the rim. So what it's saying is die crack from the rim through the top of TA and then back to the rim. So I don't see a lot of that, but I definitely see clashing in here. Got a clash mark right here because there shouldn't be anything over here. But specifically, it's this right here. Will you double check me on this one? Think I got a candidate.
Yeah, what's the number?
I got 316 670 202
Oh, there are a lot of zeros.
574.
574. What page you on?
I'm on page 94.
Number 6 or 7?
Number 6.
Okay. Yeah, let me go through my list here.
I am about 85% sure on that one. So this is the other thing that we do is whenever we think we find something, we always leverage another person just to double check it. Because there may be something that Blues sees that I didn't see when I initially looked at this, or it could be something that maybe I overlooked, or I have to be able to explain. Oh, oh, I'm so lame. Maybe I should just, I don't know, read the title that says it's an RPD. Well, if you're curious, this is an RPD 006. Here's your sign.
You're fired.
I am fired.
You are so fired.
I am so fired. I mean, I wasn't reading the title of it, but I was accurate. It was an RPD. So I feel a little bit. I feel a little bit better.
Look, I found one. Yeah, me too. It's right there in the title.
That's not fair.
That's very fair.
That's not fair. That's not really fair at all. No, you're right. It was totally fair. I deserve every bit of that.
Oh yeah, that's the other one we need to look out for too. Is the 65 Plane 5?
Oh, the plane in the Fancy 5, yeah. Well, when I get done on 64s, I'll jump over to 65s. But you know, I gotta mess with those 64s first. Just can't let them go. I'm so dumb. Can't believe I it just shows that like I'm just looking at the pictures. I am not trying to read the description or clearly look at the description. That would have indicated to me that it was an RPD. Although I was correct, it was an RPD. So I mean, there's that, I guess.
I found a really nice coin.
Is it slabbed as an MS-66?
No, it's slabbed as Proof 64.
Ooh, that's even better.
Oh no, it's better than that.
What do you mean it's better than that?
It's the 1871 3-cent copper nickel.
I'm confused.
Don't ask me how it got on my 2-cent listing.
Okay, I was like, bro, we're looking for 2 cents here.
Yeah, well, it popped up.
It just showed up and I started looking at it.
It just showed up and then I started wagging my tail.
So I mean,
it's pretty.
Well, hold on. So you bring up a very good point. Like, you know, one, these things aren't necessarily categorized the best, and sometimes they get put into the wrong category. But the other thing is that like proof coins, especially when we're talking about the late 1800s, like, wow, like how long do you think that has been stored away to even continue to exist?
Gretchen, what are you doing? Did I spill Windex on the floor?
What's up?
Did you catch my comment?
I heard something about Windex on the floor, but
I asked her if I spilled Windex on the floor because she was licking the floor.
oh god, no.
And click, and Blues is gone.
It's like there was a time that blues was allowed on in the internet, and then there was after. I hate to see so many coins of this of the age, and they are just like on top of being wrecked, like just worn, they're just scratched, just totally just scratched all over. It's like, what happened to this coin that allowed it to get wrecked like this? As a coin collector, it makes me really sad. Because these coins don't deserve that.
There's a small model one, appropriately marked.
What, in the description?
And the price.
And the price. So here's another one that's so on the last one that I was looking at the top of the 8, and you see how it looks like it's broken. That is an indication is that there is an 8 punch and then another one on top of it. And since the other one on top of it wasn't full, then it's got a little divot in between, because that's the partial. And then the one, you can see the flag on the one is kind of messed up, and then the this extra bump on the left hand side, that's an indication of a repunch 18 on this particular coin. So you can use that if you are ever looking at 2-cent pieces. If the numbers look broken, it's probably a repunch. And the overall quality on these is just not great. Picture or otherwise.
Yeah, I've been noticing that. It seems like the quality on some of these, most of these coins.
It's just, I mean, yes, the 2 cents, your overall quality is going to be lower, because of how old that they are and everything that they've gone through. But the other, what I feel like that I'm trying to say is just the overall quality of coins that are on eBay for these types of coins are just have gotten much lower, and it could be for a number of reasons, that there's more inventory out there for people liquidating old stashes, or just going through and selling their coins that are not higher quality. People getting better coins and then selling their old ones instead of holding on to them. I think there's really a lot of different reasons for it.
It seems like in the past we've come across a lot better looking coins more often than what we're coming across of now.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, a lot of these are just
Some of these are just train wrecks.
absolutely wrecked.
And it's heartbreaking.
Well, I mean, it is, but the other thing that I do like is that it tells a story about, hey, this coin has been in circulation, has been used over the last, few hundred years, and that it's got a history behind it, which is a cool thing to think about. When you're talking 1864, this is Civil War time. Doubling. Repunch.
Oh, I can't find something.
What you looking for? Full motto. Doesn't look like there's any repunch. Look at the back. Looking for die cracks. Any other sidelines? Oh, it's a good looking coin. Just not the ticket. Here's another one that is. It's got a full wee, which means that we're going to have good horizontals. And looking at the date, got a solid date. Doesn't look like any repunching. Looking at the arrows, nothing there. Looking at the back, I didn't see any marks or lines that would indicate a an over denomination clash.
No, there's a 65 Fancy 5.
I actually think I have one of the
Yeah, you cherry picked one a couple of years ago.
clash. I think it's graded though.
I don't know. I don't have no current pricing on.
Oh, yeah. PCGS slabbed. It is the 2-cent 1864 2-cent. It's a scratch XF detail because it's got a scratch through on the back of it. But yeah, I've got one of those. That's right next to one of my 20-cent coins. I mean, like, I would love to put together like a full family. I don't know what else to call it, like a full family of the off denominational clashes, multi-denominational clashes. What is it called? Multi-denominational clashes. Okay. I couldn't remember what it was called. That one looked a little bit subject. This has got some extra lines through it. But really nothing there. 2 cents. So it looks like the going rate for a lower VG is like $25. And your high end, your XFAUs is going to be roughly in the 90 to about 110 range. So that's pretty strong range between what you're looking for. In terms of condition, also keep in mind that with the 2 centers, there are some that have much more desirability because of the date. So on your 2 centers, as referenced by our most excellent red book, is so in your 1864, you've got your small model and your large model, and that runs about 20 million mintage. 1865, you're at 13.6, and then it drops. It drops considerably from there. So 1866 is 3.1 million. 1867 is just under 3 million. 1868 is 2.8 million. 1869 goes down to 1.5 million, and that's pretty much the last time that they are in the millions. Beyond that, the 1870 and 1871 are less than a million at about 800 and 700,000 respectively. 1872 drops down to only 65,000. So the mintage numbers really just drop off considerably. There are some 1873s, but there is one that is a proof only and one that is an alleged restrike. So the 1873s are pretty much non-existent. So if you're looking to put together a full set on the I almost said the 1872. If you're looking to put together a full set for the 2 centers, some of your earlier ones are going to be relatively easy to get, although some of those later ones definitely going to be harder to get, especially in better condition. So this might be a good set that if you can find them in lower condition as far as kind of a placeholder, and then if you wanted to actively complete a set, you can. But if you definitely wanted to put together a higher end set, then it's be smart in your investing. Hey, Blues.
Yeah.
I got to step away for a minute.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be right back.
CJ will be back after these messages. Hi, everybody. He left me here alone. Let's see how much trouble we could get into. Oh, my goodness. Kind of wish I was a little talented. I could do like shadow puppets or something, but I'm not that talented. I just sit at this desk all the time and just stare at coins on the internet. And then I also see how many books I could drag out of my collection over here. That's the wrong page. 14. 1914. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Anybody around besides me in here? Let's talk about him while he's gone. He could actually be back and just listening to us, which is be a pretty crappy move on his part, but I kind of wouldn't blame him for it at all. Leave me unattended in here. That's always the smartest move. I'm going through the 1969s. There is a couple big varieties to look for on that. Particularly the repunch dates. There's a 9/8. Um, there's a big repunch on the 1. Yeah, 69. Yeah, 1869. Another thing I like to look for when I'm trolling through these listings is if I see a seller on there, especially a brand new eBayer, 100 feedbacks or less. They normally have 40 to 50 items on there, just random stuff. But every once in a while, you'll find one that has 40 or 50 items on there that are coins. Well, they don't know a lot about coins, so you could cherry pick them pretty fast until they learn about coins, and then that's the end of the cherry picking. But I always like to find the the brand new sellers, and then I just look at their other items and see what they got. Hmm. Wow, that coin almost has denticles on it. That was so close. Oh, that one's a train wreck. That one has a high gloss finish on it. That is courtesy of Turtle Wax. Look, my coin is shiny. It's worth more. Kind of got news for you. It's not worth more if it's been polished. It is worth less. Huh. This one. This one might have some possibilities here. So we could find some more markers. Not seeing a lot. Not that one, not that one.
Hey, Blues, I'm back.
Hey! Was your ears ringing?
They were burning a little bit. Is that what's going on?
Oh, nothing. Just trying to get you kicked out of YouTube permanently.
That's fantastic.
Leave me unattended out here. Come on, man. You should know.
I know. I had to. Sorry. I do apologize for that. That slight lack of judgment that was just exhibited by myself.
Yeah, that was that was
that was a mistake.
That was bad.
That was a mistake. Okay, I have to copy that. 1869. David Carlisle.
That's what I'm going through.
Okay.
That's what I've been talking about. Yeah, you're gonna have a good time when you watch the replay of this.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Does this live stream need to be deleted right now?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, it does not need to be deleted.
Are you sure?
David, can you back me up on this one? I got a shiny peony in it for you.
Dave's like, Dave's not here, man. Yeah.
He's like, Blues is on his own.
Yeah, it sounds like you got left on red, bro. Well, I do have to say I'm kind of disappointed in the selection of 1864s tonight. I mean, there are plenty of them to choose from in regards to like putting a collection or set together. But there's so many of these that the pictures just really do not really provide the kind of view that somebody would want to know, especially when you're trying to cherry pick stuff. So, although coins like this one, though, David said it doesn't need to be deleted. Okay, cool. Coins like this one, though, like it's got some good details. Full full horizontal stripes, full vertical bands, couple nicks. But you can see some coloration on the front, and then you get to the back, and it's like full tiger stripe on the back, and it's just like this is. I love these coins because it really shows that the caliber of coins that were still being made. Again, like think this is Civil War time. That these were being produced, and they're just they're so cool to look at. They've got so much history, and they are just absolute treasures to look at. And if you haven't put together a what's the word I'm thinking of? A typeset. I strongly encourage it, just because of just the history that you have with the coins and the different series between the different denominations. It is just fantastic to see. I always get I don't know if it's sentimental is the word, or just enamored with the just the history on the types of coins and the designs and stuff that have been utilized over the years. Sorry.
Yeah, and you've always been into the history of the coins.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I noticed?
What's that?
Everybody in this world has got a new iPhone or the Samsung S25s whatever.
Okay.
And this is the quality of pictures we get to look at.
Dude, for real. Okay.
It's just like, you gotta be kidding me.
So this is the kind of stuff that
Oh crap.
that I wish that coin was in better condition, especially when you have the date that looks like this. Look at the punching on this one with a big flag, and then look at this 6 right here with the repunching on the 6, and then right here on the 4, you can see the repunching. There's the vertical, there's a horizontal bar. Like this is fantastic. Is that like, again, I wish this was in better condition, because this condition that it's in is terrible. Though, like, this is where I get probably a little bit more frustrated while looking through eBay, is if you were just looking at this coin in terms of, just straight grade, it's going to be maybe a fine, or maybe a VF XF, probably closer to a fine. It's losing the Wii, and it's got wear marks, but the overall condition detracts so much. But look at the price on this one. The price is over $90 for this one that has active pits and active corrosion, and I don't agree. I have my own opinions, and I don't agree. Yes, that basically the price that they have is reflective of the variety aspect of it, but I think that's a bit much, in my opinion. You find something, Blues?
Maybe.
Maybe. What you got?
It's a secret.
It's a secret. Okay. Ooh. Oh. You see the reverse on this coin?
I got my own problems right now.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, for real. That is just an absolutely gorgeous coin. I just want to sit here and look at it. That's wow. The other thing I'm looking for is any die cracks.
Hey CJ.
Yeah.
Check the chat box. And I need a minute, so I'll be back in a moment.
Your message doesn't make any sense.
That's an eBay number.
Oh, that's an eBay number. Okay. I was like, what are you saying? There isn't one of those in my stand by.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay. I was really confused there for a second. I'm like, I get this message that he's like, "Hey, look at this thing," and I pull it up, and I'm like, looking at the coin that I'm looking at is like does not reflect like what I'm looking at. So yeah. Um. So some of the things that I noticed on this particular listing, like overall, like this coin right here would be an excellent example overall. It's in terms of the original color, the patina, the wear. It's got a little bit of wear, got a little bit of wear right here, but got a full we, got a full date. The back is just is beautiful. I love the coloring. I love the striations that I see from the rolling process, from the manufacturing process. I love everything about this coin. It's to me, it's almost worth this amount in terms of, because it's going to be in your XFAU range, which does put it right about in the $100 mark. And so what they're saying is that there's CUDs on the obverse. And I mean, technically, I think it could be considered CUDs, although I consider a CUD in the base definition of it is an entire section of the die that breaks away. And I think so. What they're talking about is basically what the pictures that they have here. That you've got breaks where the denticles basically get obliterated. And to me, that is more in the sense of these are die chips. That is basically, it's these individual pieces that are creating the negative space for the denticles that are actually chipping and breaking away because of the force. I wouldn't necessarily consider them a CUD, although in specific terms, if it was an entire section that broke away, I guess technically it could be considered a CUD. But to me, these early issue coins with the denticles, all of that just to me is just the individual points have broken away, which leaves the rim formed like this, where you don't have the full denticles. You just have the full like interior rim. You can still see the little nubs of the metal that is left on the die, versus the entire thing getting created. But overall, great looking coin. Doesn't we've got some die cracks here. That's pretty neat. I don't see anything on the date. So this may be a good option if you were going to pick one up for your collection. Then this one would actually be a pretty decent one to pick up. Okay, I was just going to reference something Blues sent me. Let's see if I can find what he was talking about. Because he was talking about one, but I'm not seeing. That would be under 18. Stand by. So it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like that. I will have to ask what he was looking at, because he sent me one to look at, And I am honestly not seeing the same thing that he's seen on this particular one. So we'll have to wait till he gets back. Anyway, okay, so we are gonna go to. I'm gonna close this. So you're gonna see a lot of coins for the 1864 that are gonna look like this. They're really corroded. They're really rough. That's natural. I wish it wasn't, but coins were created to be used and not stored away necessarily. And it's just the way that the coinage is after a while. I'm looking for a better picture, but see if there's anything down here, because this picture is just too blurry to see. But good overall. We got a full we got a little bit discoloration on this one. Full lines though. I really like the lines. Got a little bit of crud on it. But this would actually be, depending on if you wanted, this would actually be a better choice in terms of coins if you wanted to complete a set than the other one that I showed you. Uniform color, which is something that I like. Full good denticles all the way around. Got a little bit of weak on this bottom left. Full date. Overall condition is pretty strong. We got lines. We only got a little bit of wear on the wreath on the back, so this is definitely going to be high XFAU, which I think that's actually a pretty solid deal on this one. So if you're looking for one, you can get it from this person here. So into page 5. Let's see if there's anything. Sometimes I think about some of these coins, and as far as like these coals that are completely worn down. It's like, imagine taking an old one and like re-engraving the design into it after the fact. If that was something that we could do, just to like restore its history, that would be kind of cool. Welcome back, good sir.
Hey, hi.
I saw your note. I clearly do not see what you were looking at, because there isn't any of that year that has anything above that digit as a marker.
Yeah.
So I'm unsure what I need to be looking at. God, this is a good one. This one too. This is a good looking coin. It's got some wear, but overall, good looking coin. This one right here from this seller, Coinman 2000, he has got some really good coins. So I would 100% recommend purchasing anything from him, for sure. What do you got, Blues? You want to bring something up?
On the 9, look at like the 10 o'clock position. There's that little speck thing, kind of like right there. And then there's a line going across where it connects. Am I just seeing something, or
I don't know what you're seeing, because like there's no other signs on any of the other digits that would indicate repunching, and also the 9, there is nothing straight. So I don't know, like what were you referencing?
See, I'm not seeing anything in the book, but it was one of those that made you go, huh?
Okay, fair. Yeah, because there's no other distortion in any of the other numbers that would give me any kind of other indication that there's any kind of repunching on it. So I am not seeing anything specific.
That's fair.
Because
Okay.
I was looking at like the flag of the one is a pretty solid giveaway. The put this back up. The one is a pretty solid giveaway. You'll see breaking in the 8 or sometimes the 6, but especially the 8. So between the 1 and the 8, if there is any kind of repunch, it should show up. So 1864, got a heavy flag on this one, and a pretty decent reverse on this one. This one right here, I'm not going to click on it because it just scares me. If the picture is that reflective, it's just skip it. If before you open the picture and it's reflective to the point of polishing, just go ahead and move on and don't worry about that one.
Yeah. That was just one of those coins that just made me just second guess everything I know about coins.
That's fair.
And I ain't saying I know a lot about coins, but I have a pretty good vocabulary on them.
But you're also saying that you know a little bit about coins, and you know by looking at a coin, hey, that's something weird. I need to look at this.
Yeah, well, it was so weird. I got fixated on it, and then I started seeing all kinds of other crap, and then it was that, what is it, Panadori, where your eyes see stuff that's not there.
Oh, that is oh god, what is it called? Oh wow.
I stumped CJ. I win.
Yeah, you pareidolia.
Pareidolia. Yeah, I was close.
Yeah, I was like Panama.
No, that's a different coin.
That's a different coin.
That's a different one.
Oh, so I gotta plug something real quick. So the video that I'm making right now for one of the commemorative coins, you absolutely have to watch because it's fascinating because of where the idea initiates from, or where basically the coin starts from. That is specific to this commemorative coin that has not happened to any other specific commemorative coin up until this point. So broad stroke is I am 1935, 1936 in the commemorative series. So I have roughly about 14 videos to go before I have a video on every single commemorative coin, early commemoratives, up through 54, 56. I have a video about every single one of them. So, but this one that's going to come out on Wednesday, absolutely, you got to see it. It's I think it might be short in terms of some of the videos. I think it's going to be like maybe under 8 minutes, but definitely a whole different take on where commemorative coins come from. So look forward to that.
That sounds good. Yeah, I saw that you had a couple of videos come out, and I haven't watched them yet. I'm sorry.
No worries. They're not going anywhere. So
That is a solid statement.
they ain't go anywhere, and you can go watch them anytime you want. And David Carlisle says memory is the third thing to go. Well, if that's the third thing, I'm in trouble because my memory went a while ago.
Yeah. Oh, thinking of coins. Have you seen?
You're gonna tell me something right now.
Let me get the information here before I say something stupid.
There's something up with that. David says, I forgot what the first two were. Oh, I love that, David. I love everything about that.
Yeah.
Doesn't bring a smile to my heart.
Have you seen the controversy with the 2025 Eagles, Silver Eagles?
Controversy with 2025 Eagles.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have. What's going on with the 2025 Eagles?
Annex screwed up.
What do you mean Annex screwed up? That's
a company got a hold of the bricks of the 2025 Eagles. They just bought bricks of them.
Okay.
Right? They sent it to a third-party mint. They stamped it with a privy mark, sent it to Annex.
No.
And Annex graded them MS-70s with a third-party privy mark.
Okay, but you can't stamp a privy mark. It's actually counter stamping. Okay. And it's damage.
It's damaged. That's the concept. People are saying that coin is damaged.
Oh.
And Annex graded them as MS-70s. Yeah.
Ooh. I know this one is clearly marked in RPD. And the overall condition is decent. But it is a clear as day ray punch. That is fantastic to look at.
And I've been kind of waiting for the updates, because the first I heard about it was through Silver Seeker. He did a video on it.
Okay.
And then Coin Q&A picked it up, and they did their thing on it. And I'm waiting for the updates, because I guess they got a hold. CoinQ, and they got people. So they're waiting for Annex to respond to the emails on how is this possible.
Okay, I'm going to look at the reverse. So this is an incomplete D. Okay, so this one right here, again, condition is kind of rough in my sense, but here's kind of like what I look at is I look at like, is this worth the money for the variety if I'm putting together a variety set or a collection of variety coins like RPDs on the 2 cent. I would probably consider this one. Again, condition is rough, but there's the back. I mean, there is details, just the coloration and everything is it's really rough. But this repunching just completely stands out. So this is actually this is an RPD 008 for the 1864. It's got an incomplete D, which if we go to the back, you can see that it's got a little bit of metal right here on the top of the D. Otherwise, it's missing the top serif. So this is an incomplete D, which matches with the markers, the diagnostics. Specifically for reverse number 2. So I guess there's a couple different reverses for this repunched obverse. But let me stand by. Let me double check something. I think I might be wrong. I think I might be 864. Yeah. Number 8. Yep. Because that's a different one completely. That doesn't have the flag. That one is not marked. Doesn't have the flag. Yeah. So this one right here is RPD 008. If you ever looking for one, so you can see there's the picture of the 1-8, which looks exactly like what we're looking at. And then the 6 is just you can kind of see the top of the 6. It's going to be this one right here. So it's just a little bit on the north side of the 6, which we can see just right in here. See if I can get, so just top side of that 6 right there. So it's repunch 1, repunch 8, repunch 6 is this one right here. David says, so if I put my counter stomp on a mint state coin, I can understand why it would be worth more. For example, only one person in the world has a David Carlisle sticker. There you go. But also, addicts should not be grading counter stamped coins as MS70s. They should be considered details.
Mm-hmm.
Because it did not come from the mint like that. Unless, I mean, here's the other thing is that unless, I mean, there's some legal ramifications to this because let's play devil's advocate a little bit, is that if you create a die that has a privy mark, and you are able to line up the coin in this die set and basically restrike the coin that only puts the privy mark on it. In a this is gonna be rough. Oh, God. So now
I started something.
Just hear me out. If they went to a mint, okay, because that was the stipulation that you said, and they were restruck with a die that just had a privy mark on it, we'll say, not the original Eagle design, but just a privy mark, so that it just created just a privy mark. Okay. By technicality, it would be MS.
Let me see.
Because MS is reference to mint state, and if it went to a mint and was restruck, and then gained a privy mark, it would have come from a mint struck like that. Now that's a heavy stipulation on what mint state means, because I don't think there's any diagnostic or definition of MS means the US mint specifically.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're trying to get an answer on.
Yeah,
it's one of those dealers that you see on late night television.
The Coin Shopping Network.
No, not that one, but one like that one.
One like that one. Coins as seen on TV.
I don't. They didn't say which I think David Silver Seeker. I think he did a 15-minute video, very informative. I mean, he breaks it down.
GN Coin, by the way, is another one that has pretty good selection on kind of higher end coins, better quality coins. I'll say better quality coins. They usually have some pretty good, but they definitely have the prices to support their higher end coins, because they usually cost a little bit more. David says, I will just make my own coins and grade them myself. You should, David. It should be a whatever denomination coin. And then it should be a David State 70, a DS 70. And then every coin you make is a DS 70. It's going to be a brand new designation. Trust. Look at the arrows. Plus. Oh, Jesus.
Better watch out. I'm breaking up my note cards.
Okay. 1864. I've got a repunch on the 6. A low repunch on the 6. Do you see it?
Yeah.
That shadow that's underneath?
Yeah.
So let's see if we can find ourselves a repunch 6.
You change the subject fast.
I'm going to have to delete this.
No, you're not.
I'm going to have to delete this.
Nope. You're going to be fine. I'm behaving myself.
I mean, that's a pretty broad statement. Can you confirm that?
Yeah. Hey, you've been on some of those late night shows with the professor.
Oh, I got it.
He hasn't been deleted from.
I got it.
From YouTube.
Got it. Dead on. This is the one. No question. This is RPD 011, page 97. Let's check this out. specifically this. So the shadow on the 6, and then you're going to see this little inside repunch on the 4.
Yep.
Guaranteed right there. RPD 011. If you need this coin, here it is. It's by GN Coin. Right now the price is $107.89 or best offer. This is repunched date 011.
What would you put that at?
Oh, you definitely I mean AU. I mean it's got marks, but
at least AU.
Yeah, like you got full Wii. Ooh, you got some that stuff improper mixture on the back that's creating some fissures. I mean, just some general back marks, a little bit of wear. Yeah, I would say AU.
God, that's a nice looking coin for $107.
But yeah, look at that right there, dude. Just that little tiny stuff right there. And bam! RPD 011.
If the color is right on it, then that'd be a good candidate for a grade.
Yeah. Die scratch from left banner tip to the leaf below. Left banner tip to leaf below. Would be the scratch right here. Or left banner tip for this one. There's a scratch or something that goes right here. Complete D. Let's double check the back. Look at that. Complete D. Dead on. Die crack through the top of Merrick. Merrick. Die crack through the top. There's one right there. Oh yeah, 100%. That's a hell of a candidate right there. If I had to say anything right there, that is one heck of a candidate. What's an AU 64 2-center going for right now?
What color would you put that?
Oh, brown.
64 brown.
No, it would be like AU 50, AU 55 ballpark. I don't know if I would put it as high as MS.
AU 55 115.
Oh, that's not bad.
58 126. MS 60 138 going up.
Okay, so this if this hits AU, you said 115 for AU.
AU 58 126. AU 55 115.
Okay. So if you wanted, I was gonna say if you wanted to, best offer, see if they take 90, 95, and you can make yourself a deal right now.
That's a nice looking coin. That's a great coin, dude. That's a good coin for grading.
Yeah, I like that one, and especially with the that RPD right there, because especially on the repunched dates on these, they're almost always to the north. Yeah. There are very few of them that are to the south. So this is an odd duck.
I mean, I'm looking at a picture of a picture. So you see it on firsthand on eBay. Does the color look right?
Yeah, it's a little bit discolored up here. On the top, it's lighter. But back here, like there's some rainbow toning to it. So it could be something that is there's the number for it. I do like that there is some striations back here. It looks like from some improper mixture on the back, which is also kind of interesting. But there's definitely some rainbow toning that you can see on the back.
If you put it in your cart, they'll send you an offer on it.
You're probably I just added it to my watch list, so we're gonna
Yeah,
start
yeah,
there.
yeah. You put it in your watch list, you'll get an offer on it.
So the only question is that on the back here, I don't know if this is damage or if this is actually a DLAM or a lamination right here on the O in of. I'm leaning towards a DLAM because there is this break, this line that's going all the way across the coin.
Right.
That would be indicative of a lamination, but I don't know. I just I love that right there. Love that. All kinds.
Ooh.
All kinds of
Carlisle's
that.
got a new channel sticker, number 2.
Nice. I think I've actually thought about doing channel stickers. I don't know. Like I have a collection of some channel stickers. I've never pulled the trigger to actually get them made.
We've talked about that, and it was a cost. It wasn't cheap. Because you and I both went round and round on private streams.
Ooh, what is that? Check that out.
Ooh.
Break, crack all the way across. Sorry.
Yeah. When we looked up the pricing for that, kind of got discouraged from the channel stickers.
Yeah, I mean it is a cost, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if I personally would be happy with a channel sticker. Like, I think that I would. I don't know. Like, expect more from a channel sticker. I'm not sure.
I mean, if you wanted to put something inside of a package to throw a little advertising towards your business, you just get on Variety Vista and get 1,000 business cards for $19, and
Yeah. Oh, there's another good one.
yeah, what was to the right of that for? Oh,
It's the bar.
okay, yeah, you scrolled over and all I saw was the 4. Now I see the 1 and the 8.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah,
That part of it.
yeah, that big mess on the left hand side.
So here, this is an excellent example of what I was talking about as far as like if the numbers look broken, it's because like this metal will show up, this metal will show up, but this over with a little bit of wear will get removed. So you'll basically just have these what's broken on the top of the number, and that's how you can always tell that there's repunching, is if it looks broken like that. Something about those coins. I just like them. Just like them.
I got another one that made me go, huh?
864.
It's not
Large.
it's not the right answer.
No cracks. Complete D. Ooh, that's not bad. Oh man, this is a broken die. This is pretty close to a broken die. So you got a crack that runs from the top of the E across the top of United, back to the rim, back in to the stalks right here. And then on the opposite side, there is a break right through the C, and you can see it through the C and then through the wheat stalks all the way to the S, to the interior of the coin. And then there's a couple of one across the I, and then there's one up here to the A, to the O, all the way up to the rim and down through the O and then back up. This die is got a few hundred strikes before this thing shatters. That's a good looking coin. I like that. I like that a lot. Man.
What?
What the what? Did you get lost? Okay, large.
You got your cherry pickers going?
Yes, sir, I do.
Volume 1.
Volume 1, correct.
Somewhere around page 52, 1870.
52. Okay, what am I looking for 1870? I got a number of options.
You see the Snow 8 FS 302?
Yes.
Okay. Go down to, you got 5 pictures?
I do have 5 pictures.
Go down to the bottom right picture.
Okay.
Where on a 2-cent coin does it say 1 cent?
Oh.
Am I missing something here?
Well, a little bit, because 1870 is actually, this page is, if you look at the top, says Indian head cents.
Well, I wonder I can't find no listings for this coin. I wonder I can't get nothing to match up on
Oh, well, looks like you and I have both had some opportunity with reading today.
I'm trying to find double dies on 1870 2-cent coins using 1870 1-cent coin listings.
Perfect. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Perfect.
Just keep going. You're fine.
Oh God, I'm tired.
Well, we got 7 minutes. Then we'll wrap it up. So.
Oh my goodness. That's too much.
What does what's the fancy 5 and the normal 5? You got
let me see that 5. The fancy 5 has the swoop on it. That's a fancy 5.
Okay, and the one we're looking for is the normal 5.
No, the fancy 5 is the one you're looking for.
Oh, okay.
That's a fancy 5.
Okay.
And he probably got it pretty marked pretty accurately. Oh my goodness.
Dude, that was the best.
No, now the video has to be deleted.
That was,
because blue coins just look like a fool.
That was solid. I mean, I was looking at the pictures too. I'm like, is it possible that they mixed up one of the pictures? Because how I was reading it is that was like, oh, like this style of doubling shows up on it, like is common on the Indian headsets, like in this range or whatever. And like I was like, oh, okay, so I can use that as a reference. And that also was not the case.
Yeah.
I
Blues Coins did a boo boo.
Well, that's why I said I think we both had some interesting opportunity for reading tonight, which is fair because it happens. It's just the way it is sometimes, and they have this way overpriced, and it's specifically because this coin is coming out of
say 1,500.
Yeah, because the coin is in France, and so it's a decent looking coin. It's not worth $1,500. No, that's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
I mean, is 1,500 in French?
No, that's US dollar.
Wow. But do they charge shipping on it too?
Yeah. That's why I'm saying that's definitely going to be a no from me. Oh, there's a good die crack. There's another one.
Plus.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I could not help myself.
Then you got customs fees on top of that too, right?
Yeah. But potentially, yeah, for sure.
Potentially, right. Because certain countries you don't have it, in certain countries you do.
Well, that and here's the other thing is think about tariffs. So that price could actually be more than that.
Yeah. That's what they were talking about on that thrifters group. Been some pretty solid discussions about how the tariffs are affecting these resellers right now.
Yeah, makes sense. Let's see.
And then we're getting 100 comments. 8 of them are by people that understand it and passing on good information. And there's 92 people just commenting just BS just to make stuff up.
My favorite is when they just want to spout political stuff, and it's like you're not adding to the conversation.
Right. I ended up leaving the group yesterday.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Yeah.
You just like, I'm done. Too much.
It turned into, what's my item worth? I can't find nothing on it.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah.
So this one, I'm sure that this is a repunch because I got a double flag on the 1 and I got something in the 4, but there are no pictures that show anything closer to it. Which is just really unfortunate. Overall, the color is not bad. They're saying it
looks pretty legit.
Yeah, it looks decent. There's a big die crack right there. They're saying that there's a struck through right here ST and S, which theoretically, I just like my thing is that I
Well, a
don't.
struck through or a filled die?
They're calling it a strike through, which makes partial sense. Because there is there's some additional stuff. It's got a incomplete D. It could be struck through debris. I mean, to your point, since it's only affecting the devices, I would classify it as more of a filled die than a strike through.
Right.
But it also could be a strike through debris that just only happens to only be in the devices. So which one would you classify it as?
I mean, could the debris be grease?
Yeah.
So it's a grease filled die.
or a strike through grease. I mean, so overall though, but like just looking at that one, especially when I'm looking at it from this angle,
I mean,
like
condition looks pretty good.
it's just really is subject to a possible and inside the four right here, unless that's a crack. Really possible repunch. Little heavy on the price though.
Yeah.
Like I do like the color, this chocolate brown color. Looks really nice. Is just I have some questions about it, and the price is a little too heavy for me for this coin.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Now, if it was because that was 180, if it was in the 110, 120 mark, I think I would be a lot more open to, hey, what is this exactly?
I mean, if it's at the 110 mark, then you just spend the money and get that other one we looked at that had the RPD.
Yeah.
Because it was a better look. It had a complete Wii. Wait. Go back.
What?
What's going on with the E and Wii?
It's just worn.
Okay, it just looks really fat from here.
Yeah, it's just worn. That's it.
Okay.
It's got some scratches across that go this way, but it's just overall worn.
That's
because
that Paradomo thingy again, ain't it?
Pareidolia, yeah. Paradises.
You're a Paradomo. What's that mean? That means I'm seeing stuff that's really not there.
Because there's wear here, which goes along with the wear that you see on only this side of the shield.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent to what the wear should be at.
Yeah, should be right here, going across here. A little bit on the details right here and right here. Those are the high points. I am kind of like, this is kind of weird though, because I haven't seen this in a lot of coins, is that the top edge of the banner has actually been obliterated through die polishing. So there's clearly that something happened to this die, and it has completely obliterated the design here, because it should be strong and stand out like this one, and it is just completely.
Okay,
it's not.
So is there any evidence of anything?
Got
Right
something there.
Wait a minute. Go down, right there. Up, right there.
Right there. Also right in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably a clash.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that looks like one of these.
Maybe it was clash with the 2025 Eagle, and then
oh geez, oh gosh,
and then we can go get it graded. I'll get a metal stamping kit and put a privy mark on it, and then
privy. Privy.
Hey, I've been making up words all night. Don't correct me now.
Privy. So if we are looking at the denominational overlays for the 2 cent, and we're on the obverse, this space right in here, let me get rid of this. This one right here is going to be, the wreath.
Yeah.
So it's going to be this. It's going to be right here. It's going to be right in here.
Yeah.
So actually, like this little down edge point right here is actually right there.
Yep.
So die clash.
Die clash.
And that explains why this is obliterated up here and why there's more evidence of die clashing.
Yeah, I just saw that evidence too.
So there's over here, right over here, down here. I'm sure there's probably some up here, but yeah, I haven't seen the actual wreath obliterated like that before. That's kind of cool.
That is interesting for $60.
Oh, 9 other people have it watching too. All right. Well, that's a great coin to have it as an example. You got mostly a full we, only a light wear. I think the price is in a ballpark. So
yeah,
and evidence of clashing.
Hey, look, you even get free shipping.
All right, we've hit 2 hours. I'm going to call it a night. So thank you everybody. David Carl on chat. Thanks for stopping in and just checking out and hanging out with us. Do appreciate it. Again, look out for my video on Wednesday for the next episode of my U.S. commemorative series, because this one is gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be great. Big thanks to Blues Coins for stopping in and hanging out while we got that guy. While we go through eBay and kind of tear it up. So we would do this every now and then. So just hit the bell to get notified when I go live, and we'll see you guys when we do it again.
Peace out, everyone.
Have a great night.